I, I hope it's filming. I look terrible, but I have to make a first video, so this might be the first video. I'm not exactly sure. I'll think about it when I watch back the footage. Anyway, I just left from uni because I had a meeting, and now that winter break's over and the holiday season is over, we're going to be starting back once again, normal classes, normal schedule. Starting yesterday actually, but attendance doesn't really count in the first week. People are still on holiday, so I'm only gonna start going next week. I just had a meeting right now because I am trying to get a job because I'm unemployed. I'm trying to get a job on campus, and I only learned last week that the only way that students have been securing jobs on campus wasn't through their student employment portal that they have, where that's where you apply and that's where you really acquire the job. It's not the standard upload your CV and your cover letter and that's it, you get the job. No, the way you really do this is actually by having connections. So just like everything else in life, you just talk with your favorite professor. You talk with a professor whose course you got an A in, for example, and then that gets you the job, on the low too. Like, you just kind of talk about it behind the scenes, I guess, in some way. It's not a formal, application method, and that's really what's kind of like pissing me off, especially that it's like also student employment. It's not an actual job. You're not working outside of campus, you're working on campus premises. So it's like, I don't know, I just would have preferred if it was more of a legitimate application process, the standard process that we all know and that we all know and love. When you do things like that, it's kind of misleading, especially for the freshmen and the sophomore. They don't really know like the nooks and crannies of how to navigate your way through school. It's their first time. And so, I don't know, man. It's just, I think it's unfair. It's unfair to the third and fourth year students, because I don't know why there's this stigma that, just because you're a senior, you have the priority for the job. I don't think that's right. It should probably be a first come, first serve basis. Just because you're a graduate, like it isn't our fault that you didn't do shit for the past 2 years of your university, journey, and then all of a sudden now you're just like, you get the priority. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't think it's fair. And so yeah, I went to uni to try to do the same thing, talk to someone in person to try to get a job. So we'll see, man. I think we have a meeting like tomorrow to just talk about the potential of any position, if there are any open spots at that point. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird, and it's oddly competitive too, because I was speaking to one of my friends actually when I was waiting for him outside, and to my surprise, he told me that he has a shift on the job that I'm applying for. But yeah, he told me that he applied for the job that I want, and he has a shift right now. And so I asked him, like, how'd you approach so and so about this job? And obviously, like I expected, he just said, oh man, I just applied through the student portal, that's all I did. No, that isn't what he did. And so I called him out for lying in front of me. And so it was he started laughing because he knew he was lying, and that's what pissed me off. It's oddly competitive, because he wouldn't have lied, if it didn't matter to him. But all of these guys and all these students in general, it's like they're hogging all these jobs. Nobody wants to talk about how you actually get them, and it's just weird. That is weird. That is really weird behavior. The fact that you don't want to share how you got your job. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I mean, at the end of the day, the way that I know about this is because one of my friends actually said this to me when I was trying to apply for a job. He didn't say go to some student. No. He was like, you actually got to go talk to him in person. And so salute to that guy. So yeah, honestly, that kind of annoyed me. So we're starting off the day. We're not off to a good start, is what I'm trying to say. I believe today's workout is going to be arms. Arms is a pretty good day Not my favorite, but necessary because my arms are the weakest point in my physique. They're really hard to grow. They can be very, very stubborn. I guess, most people who have like a large wingspan, like I play basketball, so with height and wingspan, it's kind of a lot harder to fill out the muscle. Like, it's so much harder to notice gains, like, I don't know. But we got arms today. We're gonna have some tricep, bicep. We're gonna have more tricep than bicep because I feel like I also need to develop my triceps. I mean, at the end of the day, they take up a lot more space in your arm than the bicep. They kind of give you that like pop out of your shirt look. So you definitely should be incorporating triceps at a higher volume than your biceps, because they're just bigger. Are we on? Yeah, we're on. And so, yeah, incorporate your triceps because they're bigger and they take up a lot more space. So it's a much more aesthetic look when they're popping out of your shirt, So I think for today, it's just going to be probably some rope, get like the full stretch, contraction over the long head of the tricep. And then we're gonna switch to bicep, and then we're gonna switch back to tricep, back to bicep with a superset of forearms, actually, because I also need to develop the forearms. And then we're gonna do like just a finisher set of tricep, just one more time, and yeah, that's gonna be the workout. I wouldn't say it's the shortest workout in my split, but it's not super long either. So it depends on how much rest I'm taking. I don't really time my sets either. Sometimes I take long rest just because I'd be talking to someone or I'd be like scrolling. I mean, with now that I'm filming, I can't really have my phone, so I guess this is good. So yeah, that's gonna be that. So I'm definitely looking forward to today's workout. Also, we're gonna be trying new angles to see how I might film at each exercise. Because most of these exercises I'm gonna do standing, so I don't know if I'm gonna want a full body shot or just half up, like torso up, and just film like, say I'm doing push downs. Should I do just waist up, or should I have it full body and just zoom out? So yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. So the plan is I'm going to the hospital right now. Just some information on my meniscus, nothing too serious. It just hurts when I overuse it, and obviously it's hindering my leg days. I can't really do proper leg days and lift heavy squats when my knees just give out, and obviously if I just do my leg days regardless of what my knee is, I'm just gonna risk a really bad injury. God forbid that happens. I can't even show up to the gym at all. So I have to approach it in a smart manner, be careful with my movements, and just take my time with the rest, man. I mean, at the end of the day, who really cares about leg days anyway? I'm not rushing back to leg days all excited like, man, I'm mad, I wish I could do it like that. No, I'm good. So yeah, we're gonna take this slow, we're gonna recover, and in 2 weeks time, according to the doctor, we should be fine, and we'll be back on the leg day rotation. So we go to the hospital right now, pick up the cast, we go back home, make some food. I gotta eat. I haven't eaten all morning, so we gotta eat, especially on this bulk. We got I don't know how many weeks left, probably put in the title. Yeah, we got a couple weeks left. And so I gotta make sure I'm hitting all my calorie goals during this bulk, because it's really hard for me to gain weight. So see you guys there. All right, we warmed up. Now it's time to do the working set. We got 29, I think. Because I have to check my phone, but I'm pretty sure it's 29. I just don't know how many reps. Probably go for 14. Oh, that burns. That really burns. It was like almost 20, I think. Okay. Here's our second set. I don't know if I'll still go for 20. Usually the number of reps go down in your second set, especially if you're going heavy. But I did 20 reps in my first set, so next arm workout we're gonna have to up the weight. 20 reps is on the high end of things. Here we go. I'm just doing some mile reps to go like a little past failure. That was a good set. 20 reps is high, right? But when it comes to a tricep exercise, especially like the rope, you're more focused on the contraction at the bottom rather than just, you know, getting the movement done. For compound lifts, most compound lifts, you go heavy because in a compound lift, you're recruiting a lot of muscle groups anyway. But if you're isolating on a curl or on a tricep, then there's no reason for you to go heavy because you're trying to just focus on that one muscle group. If you go heavy on one of these movements, other body parts or muscle groups start taking over, and so you don't really get the stimulus that you need. All right. Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. Oh, okay. That's 15 reps. I'll take 15. Now I noticed that my phone's about to die. That's not good. Because I can't film the rest. So we're gonna have to work quickly, or I'm gonna have to turn off my phone in between sets. But yeah, doing hammer curls, you know, brachial radialis. I think that's the thing. You know, this forearm, top part of your forearm. And, you know, I guess it just gives that thickness look from the front. Usually, at least for me, in the front, I look very skinny, all right? And then I start looking a little thicker when I turn around like this. I guess I still feel it in my bicep, but, you know, it recruits a lot of forearm as well, which I'm not opposed to. So it's a good workout. And let's do a warm-up set to also check the camera angle, make sure we have a good shot here. And I just freaking tapped my mic. Whew. Yeah, this is one of my favorites because it's just really easy to do, and I just can go really heavy on this as well, which is always a nice thing. And it gives me a really nice pump as well. Small fix, but I think now we should be good. I think we're going for 20 reps, which is a lot. This is the hardest part in the workout, moving this out of the stack. It's harder than the actual movement itself. There you go. Right. Oh, I really tried to go for 17, man. That sucks. I really tried. With this exercise, the main concern is probably moving it, the first movement out of the stack. And once you have it over your head, everything just comes easier. And then obviously racking it again, which is why I go really high, so that when I reach failure, it doesn't pull me back down on this. Like, I think for me, I go like chest height, so it helps a lot. Nobody ever really talks about how awkward it is to do something like this, being in the gym. You have other people in the gym and you just look like you're crazy because you're talking to a camera by yourself. All right, so for this bicep workout or exercise, we're gonna be supersetting. We're gonna start with the incline curls, lying on the bench with some 16s on each hand. And then after that, I have this thing that I bought recently. These are fat grips, and they're just good for your hand, recruiting your forearms, arm wrestling, wrestling in general, just grip strength. Throw that here, and I think, honestly, I checked, but I think the angle is pretty good. I don't know if it'll include my head when I stand up and do the superset, the reverse curls. I forgot to say, yeah, I use the fat grips for reverse curls, so I'm not going to be doing normal curls. I'm going to be doing reverse curls, and you'll see how the grip works. And it just absolutely kills my forearms. A superset like this. There they are, right. I checked and we're going for 13 reps. 13 reps on an incline curl it's a humbling experience, to say the least. Oh my god. We got like 3 more reps. Come on, let's get back. Three. Ooh, okay. Highly recommend people to buy fat grips, man. Even if you're not into arm wrestling or wrestling, like, you could just do it, It'll blow up your hands and your forearms. Oh man, that one sucks. That one sucks. Oh my god, I feel like throwing up. Alright, I feel like this is the angle I want to go for. Oh man, I didn't even check the weights. Alright, I just checked the weight and it seems like I haven't tracked it, I think. And so I guess we're gonna do some 30s. We'll do 35. We'll do 35. I feel like we can, I feel like, see now that there's nobody in the gym, there's nobody. That lady just left and I feel a lot more confident talking. I even feel like I'm speaking louder. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pick it up in the recording. So that's another thing I'm thinking of. Should I just stick to what I do, same volume and everything? But then again, you gotta kind of be considerate for other people in the gym. Maybe they don't like being recorded. Maybe they don't like, someone yapping the entire gym session. 45 minutes of non-stop yap, Whatever, bro. Oh wait, I'm way too far back. Perfect. Six. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. Oh, 14. Oh my god. Come on. Oh my god, I'm tired. Oh, pizza. I think we'll call it there for this workout. Yeah, and people are starting to come now, so it's time to go. Oh man. Yeah. All right. Let's go home. Let's eat.